Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Today we're going to be reviewing Ragna Crimson, Volume 1. The mangaka here is Daiki Kobayashi. Now, this has been picking up some steam lately, and I'm happy for that because it's a good book. It's a solid read. I do hope more people pick it up and we see it on some hauls. Now, what is it about? Let me break down basically the main premise of this, and then I'll give out my thoughts. That sounds good to you? Alright, so let's get started on this. So you have this dragon hunter named Ragna. He's our main MC. And you have this dragon named Crimson. He looks like a regular human, because there's different types of dragons in this world. There's dragons that are just your basic dragons. There's a lower level class. Then there's your dragons that can speak. They're a little bit higher level. Then there's dragons that just look like humans and can turn into dragons. They're higher level, and there's a lot of levels in between, right? Different classes. There's like a class 8, class 9, and so on and so on. So Ragna from the future goes to the past to talk to our main character, which is Ragna in the present. Tells them what's going to happen in the future. Basically, the dragons are going to tear shit up and kind of destroy the world, right? So he gives them this power that the dragons, they could get killed with silver. And now silver is flowing through Ragna's blood. We don't know how Ragna in the future got this. It has not explained that to us yet, so we need to get there. But at this point in the first volume, he gets this power when he has blood that's made of silver and whatnot. So now he can make other things silver with his aura. It's very overpowered at one point. And he keeps the Ragna from the future, keeps coming back to the past to give him little helpful advice and so forth. Crimson, he tells him, you need to befriend a dragon named Crimson. It's like, I'll never befriend dragons. I'm going to kill them all. Right? But he goes, he's going to help you along this journey. And Crimson, the dragon, he looks like a human. He thinks, well, the present Crimson, he's like, I can team up with this guy because he's very powerful. We could kill all dragons. That way, I'll be the last dragon. And if I'm the last dragon, by default, I'm the most powerful person on the planet. So he's kind of a shady character at first. You can't quite trust him. Now, my thoughts on this book. Well, like I mentioned, our main character becomes kind of real overpowered at one point. Now, there's nothing I hate more than a character that's so overpowered. You never once worry about him because he always got this, right? You never think he's in any danger. That takes a lot away from the story, in my opinion. So you got to balance it out. And here, when he does that, he becomes real drained and like dehydrated, right? And low on energy. And he'll just pass out at random points because he'll be so weak. And that's when people can get him, right? When he's passed out. So kind of balances things out. Kind of like Superman, he's so overpowered. But then you got your kryptonite to balance things out. So I'm really glad they added that in there. And I like the uneasy alliance between the two. Because Ragna is a dragon hunter. So he's like, as soon as we get rid of our dragons, he'll be the last one left and I'll take him out. And Crimson is thinking the same thing. As soon as we get rid of our dragons, I'm going to just get rid of this guy because he's too powerful. He's a threat, right? He's the only one that would be able to kill me at that point once all the other dragons are gone. So you're always like, are they going to double cross each other yet? Are they going to double cross each other yet? The tension's always there when they're strategizing and fighting together. But at the end of the day, they always end up helping each other because it's in the best interest of both characters. Okay, we're introduced to another character named Leo. She's called the Prodigy. She's a dragon hunter. Now, Leo is 12 years old. I was not a fan of the age they made this character. Because one, you're going to see a 12-year-old little kid, the way she's drawn like a little kid, slaughtering dragons. It's kind of, like it was not very realistic. Would have been better had it been like a teenager. Yeah, it's still not realistic, right? A teenager slaughtering dragons, but it's more realistic as far as manga goes, right? So if they had aged her up a little bit, also because Ragna in the beginning of the book is her sidekick. And he's not as good of a dragon hunter yet, right? And he's like almost like her butler. He showers her, he cleans her mess and so forth. And at times he almost treats her like a girlfriend, which comes off a little creepy because she's drawn like a little kid. So if she was drawn like maybe a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old, you made a teenager. So if he's like 20, right? So if it's like 17 and 20-year-old, it wouldn't be that bad as like a child, right? So I wasn't a fan of the age they gave her. The character herself, her story and the way the character is fine. What I have to say is that in the end, and when they go to the future, It's not really a spoiler because this future can be altered since we're going back to the present so that we could change that future, right? So anyways, in the future, they no longer want to backstab each other, right? Because they've been through so many wars together. They've built a bond, right? Where all they have is each other. It was very interesting because it's kind of like athletes or warriors that you may hate each other at first, but you go through so much adversity together and you're on the same team trying to overcome the same obstacles. You both learn to respect each other because you see what the other person's made of. You're like, wow, this is the only other person that survives with me through all this stuff, right? Like we were the strongest. Because it's how they say adversity builds character. You get to see what people are made of, right? How they react to it. I thought that was real cool, and it's gonna be interesting if they're still gonna have that respect for each other in the future. If it is, they do change the present time, or if they're still gonna be at each other's throats, right? So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this volume. Right now we're about volume 9, so I am gonna try to catch up on this and get the rest of these books. If you've read this, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this first volume so far. And are you planning to collect the series? Or based on my review, does this want to make you pick it up or give it a read, right? Let me know in the comment section. If you like the video, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. We really do appreciate it. And other than that, check you guys out next time.